Okay, shout out to our viewers from wherever you're watching from. Really appreciate you. Yeah. And while you're at it, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed to Scrabble Event TV, where we bring you the best of the best live stream of our top tournaments here in Nigeria and beyond. So the timer has started ticking, and Mumin is going first. So he has the rack of CUERRFS. Okay, the simulation best choice is cough for 18 points, and that is exactly what we're seeing coming down. And that's been committed. Quickly moving over to Abiola, he has a rack of ORT, ORGI, and is playing Corgi. The simulation's best choice is GOOR for 17 points, but it's going for Corgi instead for 9 points, leaving ORT. Now back to Mumin. We see, I see cigarettes with the high float. So he has a rack of CGARETS. So I know cigarettes will come down quickly. And we've seen that coming down. Okay, that's our first bingo of the game. And back to Abiola, who has OUTGORN. This has no obvious bingos, and it has 8, but looking at this board, none of it can come down. To the F, you could have played on Forgot, but unfortunately, the cigarette move has blocked that. You could have played on Forgot, or if there was a W on this board for outgrown. So quickly we see Grouts coming down. Now back to Abdulmumin, he has a rack of YONIEOO. He's taking his time on this one. And we see OOSY coming down for a moment. Okay. So Oyinloye has a rank of RONZEAD. So let's see the simulation's best move here. Okay, you can play ADZ on top. Okay, but it's going for bronze instead, but scoring the same points, just different leaves. So he has committed RONZ for 64. Okay, keeping the energy up. Now we see Mumin's rack of NAIO AEI. Now this is very vowel heavy and might be quite something to play with. I think I would probably change, but the scores are quite close, and then there's still a lot of tiles in the bag, and okay, I think he wants to opt for NAOI, and that has been committed. That is the simulation's second choice. The top choice is AIA, leaving EINO, but he's going for NAOI for 19 points. Now back to Oyinloye. He has a rack of EADIBAN. So the top choices here he has a bingo to the floating har of cough. So let's see if he's going to be able to see that. That is quite tough to see for me. But he has a bingo of Bandera, BANDEI, the R of cough, and a Bandera for 6 points. But even searching for the bingo, that's the first question. I mean, looking at this rack, I'm not sure if like the first thing on your mind would be to look for a bingo. But again, these are skilled players, so they probably think in a different way. I see him racking. He is probably like trying to see if there is a bingo in this rack. Playing that would keep the game abreast and keeping it very tight for Mumin, and they would be going head to head. As far as Bandera, the other one he could play is he could play Indaba for 26 points below the NAOI. Unfortunately, he didn't see the bingo and is going for being okay. First miss of this game. Being and being has been committed. Being is his seventh best choice according to the simulation. Being 28 points. Now back to Mumin. He has a rack of OWNALEI. Now, stop move here is according to the simulation is OO for OWO, and quickly we see that coming down. It's amazing how fast this players think. Now we have back to Oyinloye with the rack of MIDESBA. I think this should be the okay. This is second S of the game. This is looking quite bingo friendly. I think there should be one. Yes, there is. So now we have you could play VIDAMES across just right above cough. Hooking the S to the cough was cough. And I've seen that he's arranged that. Okay. So he has a rack of WTTEDM blank. The WM and TT combo, it's not really looking friendly, but it could play Torted through the A of the Videms or MEW, which is top choice anyways. And he's going for Torted. Okay, I think he's having a second choice. He's having a second thought on that. He could either play the TAWTED for 20 points, or he plays MEW for 29 points, leaving DTT. But I would possibly go for the Torted, leaving M blank. And that has been committed. So Torted for 20 points has been committed. Now back to Jimoh Abdulmumin having FILKED. That Q. I think right now you might want to let go of that Q. Okay, interestingly, is going for Fuchs for 43 points, leaving the Q. Interesting. I mean, I've played something with my Q, maybe the FIQ to the H or be nailed, but it's probably worried about the lead. So he went for FILKED instead. Interesting. So Fuchs has been committed for for 45 points, leaving Q on his rack. So now we have MTYAE for Oyinloye, and it's blank. It's been about like 3 rounds now, and he's not been able to use the blank. Oh, now interestingly, he has picked the second blank of the game. Now, personally, for me, 2 blanks, they're just something. My head goes blank, like no pun intended, when I have 2 blanks. But he has a bingo of Maystar. Wow, this would be a very nice hitting if he's able to spot it just below a nailed. So right under that A, he could place his M and lace it down there. MAYSTER, and that would score a whooping 106 points. Wow, that is something. Now, if he's not able to spot that, he could also play lay time through the IT through the jib, placing the L through the IT, coming down through the triple row, and lay time or daytime. Either of the two would score about 103 points. Yeah. So for this round, he has a whole bunch of options. I mean, given that he has both blanks, the possibilities are quite infinite. So this is an opportunity for him to get back to the game and flip the scripts. So I'm very curious to see what Oyinloye actually comes up with. He has to bingo at this point. It's a no-brainer because of what he's having. So I see him arranging daytime, and that is actually one of the options, and playing bring him back and even increase the margin of the score for him. So daytime has been committed. Okay, he's yet to commit. He's trying to I think he's trying to identify his blanks. So it could be daytime, it could be late time. So it could be LI or DI. So let's see which one it comes up with. Okay, I think it's DI. It's going for daytime. So daytime will score him 103 points. Wow, wow, wow. That is really something. I wonder what's going through Mumin's mind right now. So quickly, let's move over to him. He has HIERS. And that damn Q. I would have preferred if you play something with the Q the last round, because he might have possibly bingoed this round, given what he has right now. But that Q is standing in the way. Now he has to play the Q right now, obviously. So he could play the key Q to the end of the inhale, possibly maybe QIN for 24 points. Or if he still wants to leave the Q, but he tends to score under the inhaled, it could play something like maybe HIES. That would actually score to keep up the momentum. So that would score about 48 points, but leaving QER. Now, personally, I don't know what I would do, but that Q for me, I don't really like that. So let's see what it really comes up with this time around. And he still has time on his side. He has about 12 minutes to Oyinloye's 4 minutes, 52 seconds. So this is quite crucial. I'm really curious to see what it comes up with. I think it's tracking. Trying to see what's left. And Oyinloye has yet to put his styles on the rack. I think when players do that, they don't want to give off. Or maybe he held him, I'm not sure, because I see he's just picking. Okay, he probably held him for the last move we played. Okay, now he's picking. Now, Mumin is yet to make a play. And I see him tracking. Tracking now is very, very crucial. They are going towards the last portion of the game, and the score now for Mumin is 303. For Oyinloye is 388. So if he wants to win, he has to be, every move he makes now is very, very crucial for him. And I see he's really taking his time on this one. And he arranged here. Okay. I see HIER being arranged. He's looking the S to the NED to play share. Yeah, share here would score him about 42 points. But if he had played HIES, starting from the A of the email, would have scored him about 46, 48 points thereabout. So I see him still thinking. It's probably he wants to make sure if that's the move he really wants to be going for. Exactly. Now he's arranged this is the move that was scoring the highest for this round. So it's going for HIES. And that has been committed for 48 points, leaving the QEL. Now back to Oyinloye. He has AUELIAS. Okay. I think the top movie it could play would be hooking his S to the zones to play something going down that path. Probably like Sauli, Saulie for 32 points. But I see him going towards the top left of the board. Time is not really on his side right now. We're just less than 3 minutes and some sort of time pressure. I'm sure he really wants to keep the scoring momentum up because now Moment is just trailing for about, I think, 30 points, 30 thereabouts. So he's going for Udao. Okay, pick that back up. Udao is probably a defensive play, playing Sauli, hooking the S to the zone would open up, and he might not want to do that because of the apparent danger ahead of doing that. So he must be thinking really hard right now. AUF. Now, this is what time pressure does to you. And at some point, most Scrabble players probably been a victim of this, you know. I wonder what must be going through his head right now, you know. But he has to make a move and he has to make it real fast. Okay, it's going for AUA above the inhaled for 21 points. So back to Moment. What's he's having right now? It's not so nice. So personally, I would let go of that queue. I feel it's high time to let go of that queue. I could play King. Okay, I see that has been committed very fast. So King for 12 points. Um, no brainer. Now back to Oyinloye, Leisau. Could that be X? I'm trying to see the last. Yeah, that's X. Now, sexual is the best move right now to actually play, putting the S to the zone and playing a course. Now, I see him arranging that, or maybe not, he's playing Silex, Silex. Okay. He's going for Silex. Now his time is left just 5 seconds. So Silex has been committed for 44 points. Now back to Mumin. He has Pirlner. He could play PER to the E of Silex parallel for 27 points. You could also play PN. Either ways, this is a a done game for Oyinloye because he has just AU left on his rack, and he should be able to play out and win this game. Okay, for Reap is that is yet to commit. Rain. I think right now there's really not much you can do. It's what is having aside playing a green reap all below, all scoring below 30 points, and that will still not make him win this game. So we can all agree this is a win for Oyinloye. Oh, there's still tiles left in the bag. Oh, it was probably not aware. I thought that was the last tiles on in the bag too. So I can see a little bit of shock and confusion on his face. So he's left with EAUE now. And that's been committed. RIN has been committed by Mumin for 20 points. Now, Oyinloye has definitely flagged, you know. I think it was assuming there was no tiles left in the bag because I also thought the same. So and we see a swift finish from Mumin with replan. Okay, I'm trying to see what Oyinloye played before after rain. I think he played EE. He played EE to the M. Yes. He played MEE for 16 points. Then Mumin finished with replan. Beautiful, beautiful game by both players. And this has been an interesting one. So I'm not sure if he flagged because I can see his time is on exactly 000. Okay, so now we have a score line of 469 for Oyinloye and 383 for Mumin. Beautiful game, beautiful finish by both players. And this has been very interesting. I think the turning point of this game was when Oyinloye played daytime. And that must have hurt Mumin at some point. You know, he played the jeep coming down, and that opened up the triple lane for Oyinloye to play his daytime. And that really did something about over 100 points and really flipped the script of this game. Very interesting game. I hope you enjoyed watching that. And that takes us to the end of round 4. So let's see what the players have to say about this round just before we move over to the next round of round 5. Thank you for listening.
Ah, good.